Hey everybody, Sam here.
And Angela, and we're Green Acre Homestead.
What are we doing today?
We are pulling up our beans. Our bush beans, that is.
Why?
Well, we've already gotten one really good harvest out of them, and it looks like there is another to get. But they've kind of been eaten on quite a lot by Mexican bean beetles.
Right. Despite our spraying with the sprays we use, rather, we're not dropping nuke bombs out here, but they kind of ended they're into their life cycle. And you did some research, and we found out if we pull them today, we can do what?
We should have enough time to go ahead and plant again right where we're at, and hopefully get another harvest.
Double beans.
Woohoo!
Sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and get down here, get our tools together, and you'll tell us the game plan.
Let's go! So we've brought our wheelbarrow down here, and we're gonna just, by hand, I think, we're gonna pull up all of the bush beans, put them in the wheelbarrow, and then find a nice shady spot to pull off the good beans, and then we'll compost the rest of the leftovers.
Oh, nice.
What?
These will be easy to pull up, won't they?
Yeah.
All right, here, I'll pull.
Kind of shake it off a little bit.
Shake it. So this is going really, really easily. This is nice. This is the way you do it.
Wheelbarrow is full, so let's go find some shade. So as you can see by some of the leaves, we have had a lot of activity of the Mexican bean beetle. They absolutely love the bush beans. They also look like, when they're in their beetle form, they look like a ladybug, but they are kind of an orange tan color. And when they're in, I think it's called the larvae stage, they are this gross yellow caterpillar with little spikes on it. They're disgusting. And they are absolutely covering like all the leaves and beans and everything on these. It has taken away from the pole beans, that the pole beans aren't getting hit as hard because these bean beetles really like the bush beans. Who knew there was a difference? So I am going to pretty much pick up one of the bean plants, see if there is any usable beans. So you can see some of the big ones hanging down. I'm going to pull these off and put them to the side. Luckily, the bean beetles don't eat the beans themselves, but mainly just the leaves. There are a couple with little bites taken out, but you can just break those off and not have to use those pieces. So I'm pretty much just picking up one of the plants itself, hold it by the root, and you can easily see what big beans you want to pick off. Oh, and I don't know if you can see, but there is a little yellow patch of eggs right there. That is the eggs for the Mexican bean beetle, and I try and smush those as many chances as I find them. And so it'll continue for the whole wheelbarrow load.
Angel's gonna go up to the house and get our burn barrel that we have. It's actually an old trash can that we found in a dumpster. It's a metal can, works good, drill some holes in it. We're gonna go ahead and burn these plants because they have bugs all over them and eggs and larvae and just junk, and some of them have a little bit of spots, might be a fungusy. So we're gonna go ahead and burn them and get rid of them that way. Then we'll use the, you know, ashes wherever. While she does that, I'm going to go ahead and go in the garden and do a little bit of prep work with the row. I'm probably going to pull up the drip tape and use the Haas double wheel hoe to cultivate, mix up the soil, fluff it up, make sure it looks good, and then prepare it for planting again. I think this will be my last pass with the cultivator. I've done it twice. If I go there and back again, that's 4 times. Then what I'll do is put on the furrow attachment and go ahead and dig me a furrow to lay the drip tape, backfill it, and whatever. I'll get ahead of myself because you guys are going to see that anyway. So, sit tight. Alright, I went back and put on the furrow attachment. I'm going to use this to dig or plow the furrow to lay the drip tape. You gotta walk funny, but it does the job great. And now I will lay the drip tape back down in place. Make sure the holes point up as well. Now I'm going to come back with a rake and go ahead and cover the drip tape, and then we'll plant our seeds. Welcome back, my lovely bride.
I got beans.
Sorry about made you spill the
Seeds.
beans. All right. You gotta love it. The row is all prepped. Check it out. Ain't that beautiful?
It is very beautiful.
Some nice looking dirt. So to maybe answer a question, if you've watched our stuff for a while and you saw how we planted this garden originally, I'm not going to hill this. I'm not going to plant these on a hill because we're late July right now. It's pretty much the dry season. You know, with the exception of getting to hurricane season later, which hope we don't have. But I guess what I'm getting at is it's pretty dry down here now, so I don't have as much of a concern about this flooding.
I agree.
So that's why. All right, here's the next big question. Are we doing single or double row planting?
I think the double row did okay last time.
Okay, then we will do that again. Staggered double row planting.
Yes.
And again, we're using what seed?
The Momentum Bush Bean.
And we got those from Haas Tools. We have loved using Haas Tool seeds this year. We just, you know.
They have a great germination rate. We've not had any disease problems or anything like that from them. So.
Notice my hat looks kind of weird. Not so weird now. So anyway, yep, good seeds. 55 days to harvest. So we've got plenty of time. As long as we don't get a weird early winter, we should get another harvest out of these. We're done. We have pulled out all the bush beans, harvested them, You got to show them Mexican bean beetle, all the growth cycles probably.
Yeah.
Eggs, larvae, and beetle.
Yep.
We ended up with about half a bushel for us, but my mom came down and she took...
Probably a quarter bushel.
Yeah, at least. So...
Which is a peck.
Peck.
I had to look it up.
The only version peck I know is from Willow, and
It liked you.
it does. Scoots that way just a little bit. Okay.
How about a bushel and a peck and a hug around the neck?
When I cool off, you can give me the hug around the neck.
Yeah, I don't want to touch you right now.
So, how many bushels total does that make we got out of that row?
1 full bush. Well,
2.
no.
If we took a half, she took a half, and we picked
She
a full
took a
bushel.
half of a half.
So 1 3/4. Well, we picked the other day.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Yeah.
There's that tree again. I had to reposition the camera. I was being attacked by this tree. I wanted to take my hat away. All right, so all in all, how much have we picked out of that one row this year?
Probably a bushel and a half.
Not bad for a 35-foot row.
Yeah.
And considering, I mean, yeah, we could have left the bush beans in there longer and not pulled the plants out right now, but we wanted to get that second planting in, so that's why we really did.
Well, and looking at the plants as we were harvesting them, there wasn't many blooms left to go.
Right.
Like, if any. So, I don't feel bad at all for pulling them out.
Nah, no harm feelings here.
Hard feelings.
No harm feelings. Well, guys, hopefully you enjoyed getting to come along and hang out with us today as we pulled out our bush beans, went through the harvest process, and went ahead and replanted another. It is the end, well, close to the end of July, so we do think we're in that 55-day mark to be able to harvest again before winter sets in. Fingers crossed. Got any questions or comments? Something that we didn't cover, or just, you know, how it goes? Usual.
Wonder why we did something a certain way?
Right. You wonder why we did it? Then leave us a comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.
On the homestead.
Bye.
Bye.